Welcome to Dolly Talk. This is Dolly. I was in the smaller mode. All right, how is everybody doing? Phil, good to see you earlier today. Bye, Franz is here. Sasha. Justin, yes, I know. I was 2 minutes late. I'm sorry. Justin is here. What symbol appeared? Oh, a Judge Fleischer symbol appeared. Yeah, I've been working with the emojis and trying to find some new ones. So today we are going to cover Judge Simpson again. And a half Irish. Oh no, trolls. What joke was that, Sasha? Oh, I think you meant when I ended the stream but forgot to actually end the stream and just left the browser, which I have a habit of doing that a lot. I just screw up and forget to hit end stream and hit leave studio, and it's not very professional of me. But yes, what you see is what you get. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so we're going to do Judge Simpson. There is no Judge Fleischer today. Yeah, he kind of took a powder today, didn't show up to work, go figure. But hopefully tomorrow he'll be back in. So we got Jenny Lou. Doesn't look like a Jenny Lou. I'm just saying.
Backgrounds is just you got contact. She wasn't in the way. Well, I mean, I remember you said,
Ooh, that's not Judge Simpson.
No, she should not be. We were all so wanting to get out. 30 feet out. 29. Judge County thought it was 40.
Good Lord, this court is packed today. Wow. Okay.
All rise. Proceedings, District Court of the County of Washtenaw, State of Michigan is now in session. All those having business.
Oh, look at Jenny rising for the judge. That's sweet of her.
You may be seated.
Jenny was raised right. I can tell this girl is going places. I mean, apart from the local county jail, but she was still raised right.
Ms. Lonnie.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ashley Lottie for the people. Your Honor, at this time, people would waive any conflict with the Office of the Public Defender. The people do not believe that any conflict exists, and we can waive it for the avoidance of all doubt.
Thank you.
I do like her hair. She kind of has like those 1960s, like white women beehive hairdo. She makes it work. I like it.
Mr. Brown. Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. Lauren Brown, Deputy Chief Public Defender. We likewise do not believe that any conflict exists in this honorable court hearing these matters.
What kind of radio voice does this guy have? Hold on.
All doubt.
Thank you. Mr. Brown. Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. Lauren Brown, Deputy Chief Public Defender. We likewise do not believe that any conflict exists in this honorable court hearing these matters. If a conflict...
I'm not saying they should replace Morgan Freeman's voice, but this guy could be the next Morgan Freeman.
were to arise, we would waive such conflicts so that this court could hear these matters.
Thank you, sir. The court, for its part, also does not believe that there's a conflict either under the Michigan court rules or the cases decided there under. To the extent a conflict does exist, given the waivers, the court will consent to hear the matters. Court does call the cases of the people versus Jenny Lou.
Ashley Lonnie for the people.
Ashley Moulton, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf.
Can you state your name, please?
Jenny Lou.
Thank you.
Wow.
You're requesting an adjournment on these matters?
Yes, Your Honor. With the new protocol, I have not been able to get my application approved to meet with her yet. So if we could get at least 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Uh-oh.
Put me out to the February 6th. Will that work for you?
February 6th, yes.
Probable cause in these cases will be adjourned to February 6, 2025, 9 a.m. Or if your invite indicates bond in these matters will continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Here.
I'm glad I'm over on this side of the screen. I don't want to be licked.
Court does call the case of the people versus Robert Heft.
Ah. No.
Good morning, Your Honor. Amy Reiser on behalf of the
No.
people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Hannah Mackey requesting permission to practice under Michigan Court Rule 8.120 under Deputy Chief Lauren Brown.
Ooh.
Practices.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who's this?
Mr. Heft, can you state your name, please?
Oh, my.
There's a reason I don't have a camera. Got it. I got it.
I just want to focus on the girl. She's
Mr.
cute.
Heft, can you state your name, please?
Robert Gregory F.
Thank you.
Your Honor, at this time, we would like to adjourn this matter pending competency report.
We said I don't have a competency report.
Do not, Your Honor.
Oh.
Was there a, this was not one of the ones without the order, Ms. Whiteman?
No, it's not, but there should be a report in there.
Ma'am, I don't think having a nose ring is really professional. I mean, no judgment, I'm just saying. Holy shit. What in the name of the hills have eyes is that? Oh. Yeah, even Robert Heft is horrified.
So you're asking to adjourn it for,
It looks like we do have it. We just need to go over it then.
so you haven't been able to review it.
No, Your Honor.
We'll do that in 2 weeks.
Yes, Your Honor.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned January 30th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continues.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
My office will take care of it.
Thank you.
We're good.
So Eileen, is that all my outs?
Yes.
Okay. Court does call the case, People versus Neil Hines.
Your Honor, good morning. For the
Schnibbles.
record, my name is Mark Burke. My P number is 54935.
Ah.
Attorney General's Office, appearing for the people.
The Mike
Thank you.
Cox guy.
Ashley Moulton, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Mr. Hines. State your name.
Neil Hines. All right.
We are requesting an adjournment. If
He was too brokenhearted to take down his Mike Cox sign, so he just had to go to a different part of the building.
we can get about a month, I believe that we can resolve this case in district court.
Why do you need a month?
Because I believe his balance, I would like to confirm his balance, but he should be able to
Factually.
pay off the balance. We have not received a response regarding any plea negotiations. I mean, any plea offers.
Do you have his current balance, Mr.
I do.
Attorney General?
I do, Your Honor. Yes, it's 10,387.24.
Oh, boy. Come on, Mark.
The defendant did post his bond of 1,444. So if that gets applied to the arrears, that'll.
Oh, I don't think everybody was here for the... basically, the last time this guy was in the bottom left was on camera with the judge. The judge asked him to take down his Cox for Attorney General sign. Well, apparently there was an Attorney General of Michigan whose name was literally Mike Cox. And he was very proud of his Mike Cox sign.
Bring his arrears down to about a little less than 9,000. He has an ongoing support obligation of 128 a month. He did make a $2,000 payment in December, which is great. So,
December?
He's also made more recent payments as well.
All right, so what is he looking to do? He's looking to pay this
Yes,
Is that the deal?
Yes, typically
And he
there
needs
is some
about a
type of-
month to do it.
yes. Typically, there's usually an offer if he pays a certain amount, but we haven't received a response.
I get how it works, counsel. I've been around a while. I got it.
Okay, well, if I could get his name as well.
Pardon?
If I could get his name as well to make sure I'm
Whose name?
Sure.
the Attorney General, because I was referred to someone else that I emailed about an offer.
Oh,
So
now I'm
I-
getting
I'll-
the reference.
I'll give you my name and I'll give you my phone number if you'd like it. If Judge Simpson's okay with me giving my number over Zoom. But
Yes.
my name is Mark M-A-R-K, and last name is Burke B-E-R-K-E.
Okay, I can find it based on the name. Thank you.
Okay, all right, perfect. No problem.
He
Yeah,
gives
give me a
his-
call. We'll talk about it.
If he gives his phone number, I'm
Okay.
calling him to see how much he wants for his
February 13th.
Mike Cox sign.
25, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Is that it for the AG?
Damn.
Court does call the case People versus Elijah Campbell.
And then on behalf of the people,
Stephanie Can on behalf of Mr. Campbell, who is appearing to my right. Mr. Campbell, could you please state your name for the
Almost.
record?
Elijah Campbell.
Come on, a little enthusiasm, sir.
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for PCC on this. My client is asking for a preliminary exam on this matter. He'd also like the opportunity to address bond with the court when appropriate.
Is all discovery complete?
To my knowledge, yes, Your Honor.
What date are we at? I'm sorry.
28.
Preliminary examination will be set January 28th, 2025, 9 a.m. before Judge Barr.
I was kind of hoping Lastasha Brock would have a smoke detector it would point to.
As to bond.
Thank you, Your Honor. My client is asking for the opportunity to be released on bond. He does have a child that is very sick, is in the NICU at, I believe it's Mott. Very premature, very sick baby, Your Honor. He is asking for the opportunity to be released. You can tether him to.
Not to be that guy, but if you have a very sick child in NICU, why are you being arrested? I don't know. Maybe I'm just being judgmental. I'm sorry.
To his home. He doesn't. He just wants to be able to get out and help with the care of his child, Your Honor.
Response.
Propose any reduction in bond. This defendant has numerous business well as CCW. And in this case, he accused the victim of seeing other people, got upset, started to punch her multiple times in the face,
Hey,
put her
Linda.
in a headlock, ensuring her to unconsciousness. She's going to die. When she woke up, he got angry again. He tried to hit the wall so someone would hear and call the police. He then came up behind her, strangled her again, threw her to the floor, got on top of her, hit her again, and then grabbed the TV remote and hit her with it so hard that it broke the remote. He didn't think about it because she was unable to get up herself, put her on the bed, told her to give him money for the Uber so he could.
This freaking monster broke the remote? What is wrong with him?
Eat and then left. And the victim in this case had black eyes on both eyes, swelling on the left side of her face, and scratches and abrasions on her neck. So given the facts of this case, we would oppose any reduction in bond, Your Honor.
Anything additional?
Your Honor, just that all those cases were dismissed.
Salt of the earth.
And my client is innocent until proven guilty, Your Honor. He's just asking for the opportunity to get out and care for his sick child.
Motion for bond reductions denied. Bond will continue.
Even Judge Simpson smirked at that. Oh, poor guy broke his wrist hitting her. Yeah, Brad.
Court does call the case People versus Tory Brooks.
Your Honor, I told you to be-
Yeah, priorities.
Good morning, Your Honor. Edward Drugas on behalf of Tory Brooks.
Fair, Angel.
Today's a take for a PCC. I'm asking for an adjournment. There's still some outstanding video that I'm looking to obtain and further negotiations.
You want to address the violation?
Your Honor, regarding the violation, it seems to me that he has at one time been a very heavy user. He says
Okay, before we go down that path, if I get levels, am I gonna see the levels go down?
He indicates that it's been about 2 weeks since he last.
Pardon?
He indicates that the last 2 weeks he has not used.
That means he was using while he was on bond.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Can't put anything past
Violation
you,
of his
Judge.
bond.
That's correct, Your
And
Honor.
he doesn't have a card.
He does not.
Mr. Allen. I'll grant the adjournment in this matter. I'll adjourn the proceedings. January 30th. 2025, 9 a.m. It's got to follow the bond conditions. Bonds revoked. Defendants remanded.
Suffer, defendant.
Get ready up there. Court does call the case People versus Michael Compton.
Morning, Your Honor. Michael Vincent on behalf of Michael Clopton. Tell the judge your name. Michael Clopton.
Thank you.
We need a prelim.
All discovery is complete.
Yes.
People have their witnesses available to 28th.
And speaking of his thoughts, I understand that's a good date. If we could request Judge Barr because his other file is already spent.
We request Judge Barr. He's a lot nicer than the other judges.
I mean, I'm going off of what Amanda said.
What, who said?
Amanda. The real boss.
My boss.
So they start requesting judges now? I don't think that happens, but is it, he does have something before Judge Barr?
Yes.
Is it related to this case?
Same defendant.
Really?
You notice how quiet I've been. I've not asked for any dates or judges or anything. I'll go with the flow. Whatever a
I
man
don't know
said.
why your office set up Ms. Hughes to do that.
I have no objection to the prosecutor's request.
They don't want Simpson. What I'm picking up in Michigan is that Simpson is kind of the one who handles probable cause, and then it goes to a different judge. If there's a plea deal, it goes to a different judge for sentencing. So he's just kind of the first tier, whereas Judge Fleischer kind of handles it all except felonies. He doesn't do those.
January 28, 2025, 9 a.m. That's in person and only for Amanda. Will I said it before Judge Barr? You're welcome.
Aw.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Did you grab that other
Basically
one?
the entry-level judge.
I had set one. I grabbed it. Court does call the case People versus Demita Brown.
Ashley Lottie for the people.
And Rob J. Coleman, on behalf of Ms. Brown. Anita, would you state your name for the record?
Demita Brown.
Judge, there's some circumstances in this matter I'd like to discuss further with Ms. Londy. We're asking for a 2-week adjournment.
Yeah, I like Simpson. He's pretty good from what I've seen.
No objection.
Done, Your Honor.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned to January 30th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continues.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay.
Court calls the case of the People versus
Oh, Hell-Raising Angel. I think I know what you're
Kamari Ash.
talking about. I haven't seen him too much, but I like him.
Two
though.
cases.
Alexander on behalf of the people.
Court Feaster, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Ash. Mr. Ash, please state your name for the record.
Mariash. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you, Judge. I've spoken to Mr. Ash from the prosecutor's office.
And what
Crime
a
Center
morning
Mr.
it
Ash, like this
is.
matter set for preliminary examination. I believe all discovery has been dispatched.
And that's on both cases.
That's my understanding, Judge.
People have their
Massachusetts, yeah.
witnesses available the 28th.
I think he retired though.
Preliminary examination in person, January 28th, 2025, 9 a.m. Ms. Zenda, did you have a request for a judge or no? No, thank you. Okay. What's her name? Yep, before Judge Washington. Bond will continue in these matters.
Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court does call the case of the people versus Robert Boggs.
Wade Boggs?
That's a lot of people.
Ready, Judge. Portia Feaster, public defendants, on behalf of Mr. Boggs. Please state your name for the record.
Robert Boggs.
All right, thank you, sir.
You like doing adjournment? Yeah, she called me yesterday. Said she was going to do a
Okay. Thank you.
evaluation.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Cannon has spoke to Mr. Boggs and they're requesting an adjournment on this matter, please.
I don't have a green sheet.
That's probably in her hand, Your Honor.
No, we'll wait.
Take your time. We're early.
Your Honor, yes, that is going to be adjourned. Give me a second. I'm gonna get you the green sheet.
Yeah, take your time.
So she didn't have one.
She had the sheet, but
No,
not
she didn't
complete.
have one. She had them in her hand. She didn't have one.
My
How much
apologies.
time were you looking for?
2 weeks.
Oh, 2
Probable
weeks.
cause conference will be adjourned without objection, January 30th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond will.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
Well, let's get somebody spicy here.
Court does call the case People versus Messiah Dawson.
Oh, the promised one.
That's a lot of people.
And
Oh,
what's her name?
come on, Messiah.
No, well,
Well, even
from where?
Jesus was arrested.
Your name, sir.
Messiah Dawson.
Thank you. Where is Mr. Killowald? Today?
Babu.
Morning, Your Honor. Robert on behalf of Mr. Dawson.
All right. What are we doing?
Judge, I have to be honest, with the court, I wasn't aware this hearing was. Could we adjourn this?
Oh, good Lord.
You wanted me?
It's all right. You're not like your client's in jail.
Let me adjourn it. Judge, can we adjourn this violation 1 week, please?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch.
These two would be like I could see like Messiah and like the Hunchback, like some weird Hollywood buddy duo. You know, the guy's always getting in trouble. Messiah's always getting in trouble, and you know, Hunchback's there is always trying to bail him out. Ah, you Messiah, you knucklehead.
Adjourn it 1 week.
I'll need a green sheet filled out.
I will do that, Your Honor.
January 23rd, 2025,
Right.
9 a.m. Bond continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Big Daddy, Mark
Court calls
Jensen.
case People versus Grace Bonilla.
Your Honor, who is not appear to be present. Your Honor, I did speak to Ms. Bonilla on Monday. I reminded her about today's court date. I assumed.
How'd that go?
Apparently not well, Judge. I assumed she'd be here, Your Honor. She was present at the last court date. I'd asked for an adjournment, but the court may not be inclined to grant that, Your Honor.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond will
Okay, I'm gonna have to tell Hella about that. The Big Daddy, of course, not Mark Jensen.
be set in the amount of $10,000 cash surety. That warrant will issue immediately.
Thank you very much.
Or calls case People versus Dion Baldwin. 2 cases.
Ready again, Judge. Portia Feaster, Assistant Public Defender. Approaching.
I
Mr.
think
Baldwin,
so.
please state your name for the record.
Dion Ty Baldwin.
Thank you.
Mr. Baldwin, my understanding is we are requesting a 2-week adjournment to try to see what we can get done to try to resolve this matter.
Fancy.
Without objection, probable cause January 30th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond will continue.
Thank you very much, Judge.
Thank you.
Call it the mission.
You gonna ever get to Lastasha?
Calls case People versus Letitia Brock.
Ah, my girl's up. Yeah, she's right there, Judge.
Stephanie Can on behalf of Ms. Brock, who's appearing by Zoom. Ms. Brock,
Oh, she's
please
got
state your name
attitude.
For the record.
Lastasia Brock.
She's got a bit of a tude.
Your Honor, we are going to ask for a 2-week adjournment in this matter. We're trying to mitigate this case down
It's already
a little
been
bit.
2
plus
weeks on
she potentially
stream.
has another charge coming through. And I want to make sure we can hopefully receive a global resolution as it relates to this case. She is on her scram tether, and I want to make sure the court, her case that she is on tether to is for 14B. She did say home invasion a couple of times, but she meant house arrest. She did not mean home invasion. That is not, this is a misdemeanor charge. She has out of 14B. So I do want to make sure the court is aware of that. Outside of that, we're simply asking for a 2-week adjournment.
Well, is the other charge going to be?
It is the 14B one. She says she has to go to court on it. I believe she said next.
No. You
Oh.
said there was a new charge.
Yes.
Looking right now.
I will make sure that this will be charged. I'll do it today. And so I'll pull it out of the queue and make
Is
sure.
that likely to be a felony charge? Is
It
that-
will be I know it's a drunk driving. I just can't remember depending on our history, if it's a third or a second.
Your Honor, if in talking to my client,
It would not be a felony.
it's definitely not going to be a felony. And this incident
Probable
happened.
cause conference will be adjourned January 30th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case of the People versus.
Okay, you can go,
Buster Robbins.
Latasha. Okay.
Morning, Your Honor. Zachary Ward on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Manley from Flint on behalf of Buster Robbins. He is present before the court.
Wow.
Please state your name for the court.
Buster Robbins.
Thank you.
The
Your
oldest
Honor,
white
today
guy
is
the
date
judge
and
has ever
time set
seen.
for probable cause conference. I had the opportunity to speak extensively with Mr. Ward and Ms. Hughes. This case is from 1989. Voluminous discovery. I don't have any of it yet. The prosecutor's office is going above and beyond to try to get that on a flash drive or some sort of drive for me. I will leave that up to Mr. Ward, whether he needs 2 to 3 weeks, but we'd be asking for a joint adjournment. My client would be waiving his right to a preliminary exam within the time period because it is essential that we have that discovery.
Your Honor, I'm hopeful we can get it done in 2 weeks.
So the 30th, I know the court's been giving that date. That would be a good day for us.
Well, what you're indicating is you're going to get the discovery to them. Are you going to have an opportunity to review that by that date? I guess.
It's a lot. Full Baker box. So maybe 3 weeks would be prudent, so we know what we're talking.
So you can get it to them and then you can look at it at least. I mean,
Judge, if we could have at least a probable cause conference, and then we can decide whether or not, when and if it's going to go to exam. If that probable cause conference would be on the 30th, I think we'll have a better idea of where
well,
it's going.
here's what it is. I just have to make sure all discovery is complete at the time of the probable cause before I'm going to set an exam.
Sure.
I just try to give people opportunity to do what they need to do. So if I set it for the 30th, yeah, well, I'll do what you want to do, but don't come back asking for an adjournment.
No, I just look.
You should be ready to go.
Yeah, Benjamin.
Judge, I looked
to
at
give you the time at this point.
Okay,
January 30th, 2025, 9 a.m.
How the hell?
Bond will continue as denied. 20 back.
Let's go back.
Good morning, Your Honor. Zachary Ward on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Manley from Flint on behalf of Buster Robbins. He is present before the court. Please state your name for the court.
Buster Robbins.
Thank you.
Your Honor, today was a date and time set for probable cause conference. I had the opportunity to speak extensively with Mr. Ward and Ms. Hughes. This case is from 1989.
Wow.
Voluminous discovery. I don't have any of it yet. The prosecutor's office is going above and beyond to try to get that on a flash drive or some sort of drive for me.
How the hell have you, I'm guessing it was a warrant? How the hell have you been, how the hell have you had a warrant for 36 years? Yeah, I wonder. Yeah. Okay, what did they say this guy's name was?
Court.
Buster Robbins.
Buster Robbins. Okay. I'm gonna look this guy up. Buster Robbins.
Don't come back.
Judge,
I looked at you the time at this point.
Okay,
January 30th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond will continue as denied.
Thank you, Judge.
Court calls the case People versus Zyron Brown.
Oh, you
Assistant
weren't
Public
kidding.
Defender Hannah Apple appearing on behalf of Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, will you please state your name for the record?
Zyron Brown.
Thank you. Your Honor, we are in the midst of some plea negotiations. I'd ask for an adjournment.
That's correct, Your Honor. I would request approximately 3 weeks.
Oh, you weren't kidding, Brad. Okay, let me try and pull this up. Wow. I thought this was just misdemeanors and shit. Wait, where the hell is this? Come on, pause. Now I have to sign in. Okay, hold on, let me do paywall remover. I want to find out what Busta did. There we go. Right? Shit. Well, that's not it. Okay. So, man charged with murder of woman shot left for dead on roadside in 1989 near Ann Arbor. Murder of woman shot left for dead. More than 35 years. No virus. I'm going to have to ask David about that. More than 35 years after the body of a 31-year-old woman was found on the side of the road, a Lapeer County man has been charged in her death. DNA evidence. You can run, but you can't hide. And other technological marvels led police to charge Busta Move Robbins, 69, with 1 count of felony murder. for the 1989 death of Beverly Ann Weevil. According to Sergeant Eugene Rush, that's a good porn name, of the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Office, Robbins of Almont was arraigned January 3rd before 14A1 District Court Magistrate Odetalia M. Odetalia. Odetala M. Odetala. I don't know why she is a first and last name. This is the same, but okay. So what happened here? A passerby found a woman later identified as Weevil around 10 a.m. September 18th, 1989, just before the collapse of the Berlin Wall. Hey, it had already been conceived at this point. Near Gottfriedson Road and Fort Road in Superior Township, according to reporting from the Ann Arbor News at the time. She had been shot in the left side and her legs had been run over, Jesus, dude, by at least one vehicle. She was taken to St. Joseph's Mercy Hospital where she was pronounced dead. Weevil had been living in her car at the time, although her then 13-year-old son was living with grandparents. Jeez. Officials now believe Robbins was a stranger to Weevil and abducted her while she was sleeping in her vehicle in the Canton area. Oh, buddy. Oof. He then allegedly sexually assaulted her and shot her before leaving her for dead in Superior Township. Well, I did not. Okay. Police later offered $1,000 for information on Weevil's death. $1,000? Even in 1989, that's pretty cheap. Although Robbins was not a suspect at the time, the case was reopened in 2022, leading to Robbins' identification in part through a DNA match. Robbins is a father of 4 and has multiple grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Oh. 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 Knock, knock. Yes, hi. Is your papa home? He raped and unalived a woman back in 1989. Jeez. Boy. Just imagine, he lived his entire life. And he's 69 years old. Best years of his life. Babu? Yeah, he's fine. Oh, God. So it said he was arrested... was arraigned January 3rd. So that means he got arrested on the 2nd. So police had to have been talking like on the 1st. So his kids get back from their Christmas holidays. So, little Timmy, what did you do over Christmas vacation? Oh, well, I found out my great-grandpappy, raped and murdered a woman back in 1989. How about you? Oof. Well. Yeah. Grandpa, what were the 1980s like? Oh, well, come here and sit down on my lap, Timmy. Let me tell you a story about a harlot in a Honda Civic. Okay, well, Judge Simpson certainly had an interesting character today. Yeah. My mind is blown. I did not think we'd be picking up anybody interesting. I'm just, I didn't even watch this one today. And, oof. And yeah, Judge was unfazed. Oh, yeah, okay, you're the one that killed that bitch in 1989. Okay, that's nice. All right. Yeah, okay. We'll get the discovery. That's nice. Mm-hmm. Well, I suppose they should have discovery after 26 years. 36 years. They should have discovery finished by now. That might be why. Yeah, I want to see that guy. Okay. Well, I don't think Zyron Brown is going to be as interesting, but all right.
The court's own.
Wow. Huh.
Probable cause conference, February 6, 2025, 9 a.m. bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's got, you know,
Call the
little
case of
rat.
People versus Donald
Rats have
Foreman.
gnawed at it. Okay, I'm gonna have to Google that. Oof.
Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Foreman, who approaches. Mr. Foreman, can you please state your name for the record?
Donald Foreman. Thank you.
Your Honor, we are unfortunately having to ask for an adjournment in this matter. We have requested discovery a couple times now. It's my understanding that Ms. Zinda is looking into that for us. She hasn't received it yet either, so we were asking for an adjournment, hopefully 1 week.
What do you mean?
And I requested the discovery on the 14th as well as the 911 call. Haven't heard back yet, so I'm gonna double check with that. Hopefully tomorrow.
So is there no discovery?
We have everything else other than the media on this, Your Honor.
It's the media that you're looking for.
Correct.
Well, if I adjourn it out 1 week, I don't have a problem doing, well, I do, but I don't have a problem doing that. But are you going to have everything? But
If we don't, Your Honor, I will check with Ms. Zenda and we can see about a stip to adjourn. If that would be okay with the court. But I would certainly hope that we'd have it within a week.
Which department are we?
MSP, Your Honor.
During this January 30th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continues.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll be in touch.
Court calls the case People versus Kevin Burden.
You're near here, Mavka? Yeah, you probably have. It's always weird when like these monsters get like you get infamous or whatever years later and you realize like they live right next to you. One of the 9/11 hijackers lived pretty close to me growing up. So that was always fun. He trained nearby.
Hearing on behalf of Mr. Burden. Good morning.
Good morning. Your name?
Kevin Burden, sir. Your Honor, we're requesting an adjournment. We're still talking to the prosecutor, trying to resolve it.
That's correct, Your Honor. Mr. Brown has proposed a resolution to me. I need to consult with my victim before we're going to decide whether or not we're going to move forward with that resolution.
Hella just missed it too. We were just casually going through here, Hella. And this guy, Buster Robbins, is arraigned from a 1989 case. Oh, so I go look it up. Apparently he sexually assaulted and killed a woman 36 years ago. Good times. Thank you so much, Factual Eye. Yes, please hit the like button if you have not. Much appreciated. And thank you for being a member for 5 months. It is awesome.
January 30th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continues.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case People versus Jordan Hartmeyer.
Andrew Childers appearing on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender Chinazi Carey, Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Jordan Hartmeyer, who's approaching. Jordan, could you state your name for the record?
Jordan Hartmeyer?
Thank you.
Judge, we'd like to set this matter for preliminary examination.
All discovery is complete.
Yes.
People have their witnesses available the 28th.
That's fine.
Preliminary examination in person will be set January 28th, 2025, 9 a.m. before Judge Barr.
Can I have that date again, Judge?
Really?
My client was distracting me. I couldn't even.
It's not his fault. Are you blaming him?
I was talking to him.
January, I know. January 28th.
Thank you so much.
Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case, People versus Christopher Coffey.
Ashley Mullen, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Mr. Coffey.
Christopher Coffey, sir. Thank you.
If we make it a preliminary exam date,
All discovery is complete.
to my understanding, yes.
People have their witnesses available the 28th. Preliminary examination in person, January 28th, 2025, 9 a.m. That is before Judge Washington.
Thank you.
Bond continued. Court calls case People versus Joel Hell Mormon.
Assistant Public Defender Hannah Apple appearing on behalf of Mr. Helm Mormon. To support you now. State your name for the record, please.
Joe.
Thank you.
Clerk.
Yeah, Your Honor, we're asking for an adjournment. There's some outstanding discovery.
Without objection, probable cause January 30th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Court calls case People versus Clinton Douglas Jr.
And then on behalf of the people,
Stephanie Cannon with the Public Defender's Office on behalf of Mr. Douglas. Your Honor, I do not believe my client is here today. I would ask for an adjournment.
request a bench warrant.
No.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant.
Hey guys. Thank you, Nick, for the raid. That was very nice of you. We are just doing Judge Simpson, probable cause. We just got done with a 1989 essay and unaliving. So that was 34 years on the lam. And he finally got caught.
And its failure to appear bond is set amount of 10,000 cash surety. That warrant will issue immediately.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case People versus Ozell Hyman.
And then on behalf of the people,
Public Defender Federal Nicholas Bukovich on behalf of Mr. Hyman.
God, I'm so immature.
Your name, sir?
Ozell Hyman.
Thank you.
At this time, Your Honor, I'll be requesting adjournment to obtain and review media discovery with Mr.
I'm sorry, but a black guy named Hyman? I had not heard of that before.
Hyman. I would also like to address bond if when appropriate.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned 30th, January 30th, 2025, 9 a.m. as to bond.
Yes, Your Honor. Talking to Mr. Hyman making me request a release on a tether. Mr. Hyman would be able to release to his father's address. He currently helps his father in taking care of him because his father does have some mobility issues after a car accident. Mr. Hyman has been consistently working. So at this time, I'd like to request a release on a PR bond, tether, or in the alternative, a reduction in the bond.
Hope he doesn't work too hard. He might tear something.
in front of the people opposed to reduction of bond, we originally requested 100,000. We're giving 50,000 with 10%. So this is the difference.
100,000.
And he was at the victim's residence. Was all in the car. They got into an argument. He slammed the victim's car and hit her by the chest. Get away from the defendant, go in her house and lock the door. He takes the door and the deadbolt is still locked. And they continue to argue. He then went and retrieved a shotgun, said, I got something for you, and cocked a gun, and completely denied this at arraignment. So people have concerns about public safety and would ask the court not to respond.
Anything else?
I was able to speak to Mr. Hyman's father, who is here this morning. He says he would.
Mr. Hyman's father. Please, please, my father is Mr. Hyman. I'm George.
Be responsible for Mr. Hyman, and he has that support. So
Stop saying Hyman, sir.
Well, given the court does consider him a danger to the public, motion for bond reduction denied. Bond.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's a danger.
Continue.
There's no changing about. Thank you.
Court does call the case People versus Cuddy Fluke Henry.
People.
On behalf of Mr. Approaching. Mr. Fluke Henry, state your name for the record.
Cody Fluke Henry.
Judge, we're requesting an adjournment in this matter. We're very, very close to a resolution. We just need to get some more information from the treatment court in Eaton County.
And that's correct, Your Honor. My understanding is that the defendant has recently.
Go back. Bailiff? Which bailiff? Is his first name Buster? No, that was the guy before. He was a 1989 cold case. There was an article about it. His name was Buster, and he was just arrested for murder.
Case People versus Cuddy Fluke Henry.
People.
Putting an adjournment in this matter. We're very, very close to a resolution. We just need to get some more. Judge, we're requesting Fluke Henry. Approaching.
Does call the case People versus Cuddy Fluke Henry.
Need to get.
Except that felony treatment would be more efficient. What's going on with that case before we can make any kind of offer? That's probably going to take me 2 or 3 weeks, I think.
But he currently is in the treatment court in Eaton.
He's been accepted. His plea, I believe, is coming up the second week of February.
Correct.
That's how he has not.
Second week. Okay, has not pled yet. Is not in the treatment court.
Correct.
At this point.
Correct. Not currently in their program, but deemed accepted.
So we got 11 minutes-ish.
And
for the space launch.
So what I will do is I'll adjourn probable cause February 6th. Be enough time, you think, to?
I think so, Your Honor. I just need the contact information from the treatment court coordinator, which defense counsel said they will provide to you.
And he has given me that information, so I just need to forward it.
Do that. Okay. February 6th, 2025, 9 a.m. bond continue.
And it's not a bond request. I just wanted to get clarification. He currently has 2 tethers on right now. I know the last time.
Really?
2?
Last time we.
One on each leg?
One on each leg, Your Honor. He's running out of legs at this point.
Go ahead.
The last time we were here, we talked about possibility of removing the tether. He has been able to sign the release. I just wanted to know if the court would
sign which release.
So there's a release from the community corrections in Eaton County to allow Washtenaw County to supervise him with the Eaton County tether. I wanted to know if that was sufficient to see about getting one of the tethers removed, specifically the Washtenaw.
No, what you just said didn't make much.
Okay.
That Washtenaw County would be supervising Eaton County's tether. They're the same type of tether.
Correct. They're both scram tethers.
Your Honor,
hey, Nick.
if I may.
Thank you
yes,
so much.
Please.
At this point, the people would be opposed to any change in the bond conditions in this case. The BAC is a 0.237. So at this point, while he's still on bond in this case, before we know exactly I request the court to continue this tether. If we're able to get sufficient information from defense counsel in the meantime about how he's being supervised, I would consider skipping the third between the 2 of us. But right now, I would request that it just continues as is.
We'll get that information to everyone, Your Honor.
So you're withdrawing your request at this time.
At this time, Judge. Thank you.
Very good. Bond will continue.
Okay, thank you,
Thank you.
Judge. All right, so also, Judge.
Court calls case People versus Jason Orr.
Alexander on behalf of the people.
Have you spoken to? This is Mr. Orr, Your Honor.
It is. Has been for the last 5 minutes he's been standing. Mr. Bukovich's case?
Yes, Your Honor, it is. Oh, he's coming up right now.
Public Defender Fellow Nicholas Bukovich on behalf of Mr. Orr.
Mr. Orr, can you state your name, please? Jason Orr. Thank you.
At this time, Your Honor, I'll be requesting a preliminary exam date. To our knowledge, discovery is. I would also be addressing bond when appropriate.
Okay.
Would people have their witnesses available the 28th?
We'll do our best, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination, January 28th, 2025, 9 a.m. before Judge Barr. That's the bond.
As to bond, yes, Your Honor. After speaking with Mr. Orr, he would like me to request a release on tether to his mother's address in Suzanne Court in Inkster, Michigan. He's currently working on getting licensure for.
Good Lord, this guy looks like he lives with his mother.
He has a couple more classes to complete. He's been unable to complete these classes due to being in custody. So he would like to be able to go out, be released, complete these classes. And
how young is this guy? This guy looks like he was beat up in law school still.
Be able to begin work in this field. So I'll be asking for a release on tether or in the alternative, a reduction in bonds.
Response.
Hold out of Oakland County for an OWI in which the bond is $7,500. He also has a previous ED conviction from 2010 and other controlled substances and high VHC. He also, in this case, the victim and defendant were arguing. He grabbed her by the hair and neck. She tried to break free, her to the ground. He strangled her and let go. He found that the police were called. The police were called by their daughter when she heard the victim scream for her to call the police. And their son had to step in to stop the assault. He also threatened to kill the victim numerous times that day of the assault, as well as during the assault that was also heard by their daughter. So we would object to any reduction in bond.
Anything else?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Motion for bond reduction denied. Bond. Court calls case People versus Joseph Hamby.
Assistant Public Defender Hannah Apple appearing on behalf of Mr. Hamby, who's approaching now.
Handy?
The bottom here. Oh, so the podium was taken into record. Hold it. Go ahead and state your name for the record.
Joseph Hamby.
Your Honor, we're asking for an adjournment. There's some outstanding discovery that we need.
In both matters.
Yes, Your Honor.
Probable cause conference without objection, January 30th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bound continues.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay. I'll bring that too.
I've got.
Somebody want to get that? Court calls case People versus John Boyer.
All right. The police arrest him. They say, "Ha, busted." Let me see. Let's, if you guys want to watch the space launch for SpaceX, it's in like 4 minutes.
They're doing a fantastic job, and we are coming up on 4 minutes and looking good for launch.
Yeah, certainly exciting. Now, we do have an opportunity to hold at T-minus 40 seconds if necessary. This is a chance for us to perform additional checks if necessary. If we, need to repressurize some tanks, or if there's a wayward vessel in the range.
Hey, Hella.
Yeah, Suni's in here and she's got the zoomies.
Aw.
Big time.
It's okay.
Suni, come here. For God's sake, she's opened up all the windows.
Aw.
We have the ability to recycle the count under certain conditions back to that T-minus 40 second mark and hold there to assess what happened and assess opportunity to proceed again to T0.
Yep, we've used that T-minus 40 hold a couple of times. Boat's usually one of the items, but we aren't tracking anything right now that would cause us to hold there. We can hold there for several minutes. Main thing you're watching at is you kind of set a clocks because your temperatures will change and the fuel in the locks everything
we're gonna
pretty
hold?
quickly. So you've got a couple of minutes that you can hang out and figure things out. There are items that if we pass
Hold your
them,
large
we're
fellas.
scrubbed for the day. One of the main ones is that flame deflector at the bottom of the launch mount. Water begins flowing for that at the T-minus 10 second mark. If we scrub at any point after that, we'll be done for the day.
Belly.
And then teams will need to refill the deflector as well as all of our prop that we
Huge.
use to load on board the vehicle. It's pretty much just under 11 million pounds of prop sitting on that thing right now. And we can actually recycle in about 24 hours now.
Which is incredible given the sheer volume of propellant that is on board the vehicle there on your screen.
Calm down.
All right. Coming up on the 2-minute mark. Again, a lot of ambitious things on the plate for Starship today.
I can make it bigger.
T-minus 2 minutes.
New ship, new year, a lot of upgrades, doing a lot of ambitious things in space this time. Our first payload deploy, relighting a Raptor engine. We're looking good.
So as we mentioned before, we have an opportunity to hold at T-minus 40 seconds, not tracking any issues at the moment that would be necessary right now. So fingers crossed we can pass through that checkpoint without stopping. But the folks on console are continuing to evaluate the launch commit criteria, making sure that the winds are within limits as well as any other weather restrictions. But man, compared to yesterday, this is a textbook gorgeous day.
Oh yeah, little breezy today, but we got clear blue skies for a launch today. So at this point, all the prop has been loaded on the vehicle. We've
Can you
closed
full
everything
screen me
out.
for a minute?
We're doing our final thrust vector control, or steering for the engine checkouts. Once we hit the 30-second mark, we'll hear the flight director give...
She's gonna run away, quick. Hello, everybody. Hello. My name's Suni, and I used to be a teensy-weensy little skinny kitten, and look at me now. Look at me now. Look at her belly. She eats like 8 times a day. Okay, calm
Pass
down.
right through
All
that
right,
prop
that's
load
enough.
gate.
Hot diggity dog.
All right, so we're going to let our flight director, Ty Huntington, take it away.
Go for launch.
You're a fatty. You're a fatty. Yeah, I'll pay for that.
20 seconds.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff.
Really? Oh, what? What?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Vehicle's pitching downrange.
You haven't seen one before?
I didn't expect it to actually happen.
Booster chamber pressure is nominal.
He's caught it before.
All right, we're more than 30 seconds into flight. Telemetry showing 33 out of 33 engines as it's pitching downrange.
Booster chip,
America!
avionics tower, telemetry nominal.
Hearing good call outs on the ship and booster avionics. You just heard the rumble hitting us about 6 miles away.
Theory.
Watching Starship arc into just endless blue skies right now.
Vehicle supersonic.
More than a minute into flight, the vehicle's supersonic.
Max Q.
So we just passed through max Q. That's the greatest stress the vehicle is going to experience on the way uphill. Reminder that all of our teams down here on the ground are now looking at systems on the tower. They just did a manual check through. That's going to inform that manual flight director's decision. Next moment coming up, though, is going to be hot staging. Don't take your eyes off it. It's one heck of a light show.
What a gorgeous ascent.
6 ship engines getting ready to ignite. That's going to happen while we're still attached.
We can still see the ship's engines from the ground.
Got a little under 30 seconds away from that. We are hearing good call outs on the tower preparedness from the manual checks. Reminder though, we've still got automated checkouts on the booster and the ship itself. But as of right now, our manual checks and our manual commanding is looking go for a catch.
Booster engine cut off.
That is incredible news.
Happy birthday.
We just heard the call out for booster
Right,
engine
Miko.
cut off.
Engine startup.
Most engines cut off, down to those
Stage
middle
separation.
3.
Wow!
Cruise ball press startup.
Oh no, I missed that.
All right, hot stage
Ship chamber
confirmed.
pressure
We've
is
got a
nominal.
booster hopefully on our way back to us.
Wow.
And a ship now making its ascent burn into space. How's it going in Hawthorne, Jesse?
It's great over here. You can hear the crowd screaming for every milestone. The booster is now making its way back down to Earth. Looks like we have 12 of those 13 engines ignited. We're using the engines that actually gimbal.
We
So
are go for booster return.
an excellent call out there. We are go for booster
Ship
return.
avionics, power and telemetry nominal.
Wow, they're going to try to catch
There's
it.
a lot of criteria that needed to line up to ensure that we could have a
Booster
safe,
burn shutdown.
They had to
a
abort
safe
the last
booster
one.
catch, and it sounds like we got the go for that. And there you can see on your screen, we had we just jettisoned the hot stage, and there's a great, excellent view there of the hot stage floating away from the super heavy booster. Now we've shut down the engines for that boost back burn. That confirms boost back burn is now complete. That was the first of 2 burns required for the vehicle to make its way back down to Earth. And next coming up will be the landing burn. That's going to be 13 of those center engines igniting again. And that will then go down from 13 down to 3 engines just right before we touch down for that booster catch. Now, reminder, our stage 1 objectives are to have a controlled ascent, stage separation, as well as a controlled boost back burn and hot stage as well. So we're looking good for that so far. Some great views there from the ship of Earth. That looks incredible. Now, Starship's ship is still firing its engines right now.
Starship trajectory nominal.
And great call outs. Starship trajectory is nominal. You can follow along the telemetry, the altitude in the bottom left-hand corner for the super heavy booster, as well as the bottom right-hand corner for the ship. And these views are just amazing.
Should be able to see the whole bar at the bottom.
Again, the booster is currently making its way back to the tower today. So we're looking forward to a booster catch with the chopsticks. And in the meantime, you can see those grid fins there.
It's SpaceX.
Helping to control the vehicle and guide it back to its landing site.
Booster FTS is saved.
Now with that, we're gonna hand it back. How's it going over there, Dan and Kate? How are you doing, Kate? Seeing that in person?
Dan had to take that entire segment because I couldn't talk. That was incredible.
There it is.
We can see the booster coming back in now through the plume. At least it looks that way to us. It's incredible that it basically returns. It looks like a speeding, just like this silver flare coming back to the once again, we are standing by for attempting to catch the booster at the tower. This would be the second tower catch.
Booster
landing
All 12.
Seeing 13 engines.
Booster now hovering as it aligns with the tower for catch.
What's happening?
Booster
Oh my
coming
God!
in.
What?
Get ready for that boom, Kate.
Down
Are
to
you
3
kidding
engines.
me? Are you kidding me?
Megadora has caught the booster.
Did that just happen?
Yep.
What? That
You heard
is
it here.
not real.
Godzilla has caught the booster.
Once again, for the second time, a successful catch by the launch tower. This is the same tower, the launch pad, where that booster took off from just 7.5 minutes ago. Great view
Launched from and
from
was
the
caught there.
chopstick arms, looking at those hypersonic grid fins that steer the booster for that precision landing. It
And I
almost
mean,
looks
you
like it's
can-
flapping its wings.
Yeah, you can see just how small that catch fitting is too on something that's just so massive.
That was
I'll tell
absolutely
you what, so
insane.
massive.
Meanwhile,
We're not done, but
We're
wait,
not
there's
done
more.
yet.
Wow, that is just absolutely stunning.
Huge cost savings.
And this, of course, a gorgeous view there from the tower looking down at the top of the booster.
all right, and we are tracking.
Now we're standing by for views from the ship, but who can take their eyes off of that incredible sight? That is once again the second catch of a booster back at the launch tower. It was incredible to see it come back down, just this silver flare in the sky. And we can still see the launch plume behind us, and wow, that we definitely I can't speak for you, Dan, but that was very moving for me.
Yeah, and right now you can see
Was it
some
very
of the
moving for
telemetry on
you?
the ship engines has gone out, and we're waiting for an update on
How
what our
moved
ship
are you?
status is. We were approaching that ship engine cutoff time, so just waiting to hear. So obviously we've got booster back, booster on the launch tower in the chopstick arms.
Florida.
But we are waiting to get an update now
Okay.
on the ship. As we were expecting ship engine cutoff about 40 seconds ago. We saw some of those engines start to go out prior to that point.
Oh no, where's the ship?
And so right now we are
No,
just
it's still
standing
there.
by to try and get the
think.
latest word
We think.
on where we are with ships. So stick with us for just a couple of
Where
minutes
is
as
it?
we
Come
wait
on.
to hear some updates.
Now, if you just
that other
recently
bit up
joined
there.
us, you might want to hit rewind and go back about 9-10 minutes ago
I don't think we
to
can,
when
sweetie.
Starship lifted off from the launch tower.
We can't rewind because it's, Twitter.
followed
yeah,
by a
there is
stage
that.
separation where the ship separated
'Cause,
from
yeah.
the super heavy booster.
They
The
haven't
booster
worked out how to
performed a
rewind yet.
flip
They
maneuver
can
and
send a
returned
rocket
back
up there to
and the Gulf Coast
have that
here.
little
There
thing,
you can see it
catch
on your
it.
screen.
Yeah.
Obviously, a
But, no
successful
rewind.
catch.
Yeah,
back
adding a
at the
pause and
launch
rewind
tower,
is a little
which
complicated.
is
No,
something
that's a
that
bit much.
we were all hoping to see and really couldn't ask for a more beautiful
sniffles.
background with those blue skies and blue water there. As Dan said, we are standing by for an update on the ship that had ignited its engines and started making its way up to space. So standing by for more info on that.
Well, I'm on SpaceX
course they do.
website.
But wow,
They
what,
sent me
what
over
an
to
experience
X.
to see that take off and for that booster to come back. You can see it there up close on your screen to the place that it launched from.
was an even better,
once again, there were
catch than
thousands
the first
of
one.
catch commit criteria,
The first one almost
which is
took the
basically
tower
just
out.
all the things that we have to assess and evaluate and basically make sure that they are make sure that everything is clear and acceptable conditions, both on the vehicle side as well as the tower
Still
side
no
in order to
sign.
enable that catch. So obviously from the last two flights that we have done where the flight 6 we attempted but had to divert into the
whilst they're
ocean, and then
talking,
on flight 5 we
AG,
did have the
happy
first ever successful
birthday.
catch
Yes.
of the booster. We
Happy
used the learning.
birthday, AG. You're a legend, my friend. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Everyone in chat, say happy birthday to AG.
Please.
Wonderful member of our channels and a very big supporter of all of our community. We appreciate you so much. Woo! Do we have a sound effect we can do or something? Well, let's go. Happy birthday. Is AG 30 yet? I don't know. Is AG even 20 yet? AG's probably 12.
Probably.
Happy birthday.
Just his maturity level.
Yeah, maturity level. Yeah.
Like all of ours.
Happy. No, you're welcome. We love you. We love you. We love you. Hope your 2025 is good. Thank you for being one of the more slightly intelligent people in chat. There's not much competition though. Okay, this ain't looking good.
No, that's fine. Probably.
Oh, it's fine. We just leave the rocket. It's cool.
Is there anything else, Mads? I think Challenger explosion was 84. So Buster did his crime 5 years later.
You gonna clip that?
So if you are just tuning in, we caught a booster, but we are still waiting to find out a little bit more on the ship. So it had successfully separated. We did that hot staging maneuver. We did see all 6 of ship's engines on the way uphill during its ascent. But as we were getting to the end of that ascent burn, we saw engines dropping out on telemetry, and we have since lost contact with the ship. So again, we're still listening in on the loops, trying to figure out how much we can get right now. But again, stick with us. We'll bring you updates as soon as we hear them. Really exciting. We were able to catch the booster today. Obviously, we want to get the ship all the way over to the Indian Ocean. May not be able to do that at this point, but we'll give you some updates as soon as we hear a little bit more about the ship.
For those that didn't catch earlier, this was a new version of the ship. This was its debut flight. So a lot of learnings here for sure as we continue to tune in and listen in with the teams and try to gather more information to understand where we stand with the ship. But as Dan mentioned before, teams are trying to make sure that it's not an instrumentation error. We want to find out if it's, did we just lose communication or did something else happen with the ship? So teams are actively working, trying to figure out.
There's no humans on the ship, right?
What we can find out, and
just
we're
a monkey.
continuing to listen in and
Cool, Bob.
find out more information to share as we can. But as
Monkey
we
kill
said
Bob.
before, and you can see it there on your screen, what a beautiful, beautiful sight to see another booster back at the launch tower. That was successfully caught just minutes ago.
I mean, catching it was the main goal.
After sending the ship off into space.
Yeah, who needs a ship?
Having seen it
Very
for the first
expendable.
time with my own eyeballs in person, it was pretty awesome. And yeah, the thunder-like sonic boom
was cool to watch together.
was really fun to experience.
Yeah. So we are getting a little bit more. So we did lose all communications with the ship. So I mean that is essentially telling us that we had an anomaly with that upper stage. So we were just coming up to the end of that ascent burn for the ship when we stopped when we started to lose a couple of the engines. We saw those dropping out, and then we did lose telemetry from the ship. So that means we didn't have contact with it. So at this point, we are assuming that the ship has been lost. So this was a brand new vehicle, essentially. This was kind of an upgrade version. So with that, there's a lot of things you're upgrading, but there's a lot of things you're going to learn as all of those systems are now interacting with each other for the first time.
Yeah.
But at this point, we did lose the upper stage of the ship. So again, we're gonna.
Oh well.
Rip
Shit
ship.
happens.
Ship happens.
Still pretty cool.
That was awesome, though.
Yeah.
Oh well. Too bad for the ship.
Yeah. Oh well.
Bye bye, ship. Happy birthday, AG.
Yep. I'm gonna end now. It was a lot of fun today, guys. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna be back. Hopefully, assuming Fleischer is streaming, I'll be back at 10 a.m. Not streaming in the afternoon. I have to meet backstage with David about something.
Oh, really? Are you in
Yeah.
trouble?
I am in trouble. He's gonna yell at
You're
me.
in trouble.
No, I just needed to ask him some questions, so. Yeah, I'm gonna finally figure out where babies come from.
He's not the person to ask.
True. He doesn't know.
No.
Are you streaming tomorrow?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Haven't decided what about yet.
Cool.
But I'm pretty pissed off because thanks to Scott, thank you, Scott, it's not your fault, but thank you for pointing out that, because when I woke up, I had a look and saw that there's a document there that pretty well tells us that it's very unlikely that the hearing on the 23rd for Koberger is going to be streamed. They're going to have a little private chitty chat about it and decide whether or not it's going to be open.
Some of it still maybe.
Yeah, we'll see.
Let's be
We'll
optimistic.
see. So maybe I'll stream about that. We'll see. We'll see what else drops in the meantime.
Yeah.
But that would be shite.
I know. That'll be.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Probably see you guys tomorrow.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Anyway.
Well, I'm gonna end now, guys. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you guys later.
Cool. See
Toodles.
you. Bye.
End stream. I just hit leave studio. Bye.